A leadership is not about a title or designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. We are delighted to introduce our next honorable guest, Mr. Jithendra Khairnar, who extended his service through serving as academic director and founder principal for CBSE School of Arise International School. He has profound experience in administrative leadership, curriculum and events planning, school auditing, policy formation, recruitment and training, CBSE affiliation, NEP expert, and endless skills. His ceaseless spirit has achieved wonders for the society. We are eager to know his new level of wisdom. Now it's time to hear his address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you just confirm if I am audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Uh, so, the topic which is very actually vital for the 21st century, I mean, children. Earlier, we did not give much importance to the safety of children because the society by default was much safer. But now, as we are moving on technology and lot many new things, the more we become safer in terms of technology, we our children have more insecure in terms of emotional security and safety. So I'm going to deal with the emotional security and safety of the children. It's very vital to me. The physical safety, the different types of safeties and securities are vital, but I feel that I always feel that if the children are emotionally safe, they feel secure, there are a lot of greater chances. Research also says that the chances of them well becoming successful in life, happy in life are far better than children who are emotionally. I just lost my network. Am I audible? Am I in the meeting?
Yes,
Can
sir,
anyone
you're in the
confirm?
meeting, sir, but you're not visible.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So I'll continue with my thoughts. So I was saying that there are greater chances children to become more successful, more happy in their lives. If their childhood, if their youth, adolescence, youth is emotionally secure compared to the children who had their childhood, their adolescence emotionally insecure, traumatic in whatever sense. Those whose childhood, their adolescence, and their youth, which was not secure due to certain reasons, maybe due to the family issues, due to the social issues, various issues. I feel either the matter for the matter where they get educated, if the atmosphere is not safe emotionally, the children tend to either they become rebellious and they revolt against the society. They become sometimes the positive, if we take it positively, they become reversionary. They have very drastic ideas. Sometimes they go into positive direction, they rebel to the existing ideas, but sometimes they go to the negative direction. They rebel to the idea existing good. Child can go anywhere. The child turns into youth if the childhood and the adolescence period is not secure emotionally for the child. Some children, in many cases, they become very submissive. Their growth is hindered. They fall short of what they are capable of in their later life. So, if I have to define what is emotional security, so I'll just say it is an experience. It is an experience. If I say if a child is emotionally secure and safe, So I feel it is an experience of child in which the child can a child is able to or allowed to express himself, herself, his emotions, whether they are good emotions, whether they are bad emotions, a kind of embarrassing emotions, whatever kind of emotions are there, the child is able to or allowed to express uh, freely and frankly in all the situations. The child gets the experience, the child gets the assurance that he is acceptable, accepted in the society, in the family, in the school, in the college. So the acceptance, the experience of expression of no freedom of expression for the child is very important. It is an experience. So I feel emotional security is an experience which is given to the child by the family, the society, the educational institution where the child studies, spends most of his time. What are the ideas practiced? What are the cultural ideas? What are the religious ideas? What are the secular, non-secular ideas? Are practiced, not practiced, whether the country or the particular society is democratic, undemocratic. It matters a lot in the upbringing of the child, in the emotional security of the child. So why emotional security is so important? Emotional security is so important, is so pertinent because it lays very strong foundation for learning and growth. If the emotional security is provided when the child is just in the formative years, when the child gets into adolescence, emotional security is very, very important. If the child feels emotionally secure, if the child feels accepted in the society, if the child is able to express his or own ideas, it lays a strong foundation for learning and growth. So according to me, emotional security is a paramount. Now, if we take example, if the child is a particular child is emotionally secured, feels secured, so what the child exhibits, some few indicators, some few parameters I wish to highlight here. If the child is secure, the child feels loved. It's very important that the child feels loved irrespective of the color, caste, creed, religion, society. Every child has this sense that he should feel loved, that everybody around him, her loves him or her, and recognize her presence there, recognize her being there, recognize her identity. That's very important. If the child is emotionally secured, it means the child feels recognized, appreciated. Whatever the child does, the child gets appreciation, small things, big things, achievement, sometimes even failure, even a effort is being appreciated. So if you say, if we have to say as a society that yes, our children are emotionally secure, means they feel being loved, they feel being recognized, they feel being appreciated. Next important thing, if they are emotionally secure and they feel really, they think that they belong to a certain country, they belong to a certain nation, they belong to a certain race. Identity is also very important thing for the children when they grow. What culture, what society, who are their ancestors, what culture they inherit, that is also very important. So the identity crisis in certain cases leads to vulnerability, emotional traumatic situations. Children get into negativity. But if the children feel that they belong to a very good country, they feel proud about their country, they feel proud of the culture of the country, they feel proud about the democratic practice of their country, they have a sense of identity, they feel proud about it, and that also brings a lot of emotional stability in the life of the child. I feel belongingness, identity is very important when the children are growing, to make them feel emotionally secure. Next important thing, when the children are in a formative years, they feel they are not compared. When you say that my child is emotionally secure, it means you are not comparing your child with anybody, even not with the sibling. You allow your child to be who she or he is. You allow your child to grow according to her own speed or his own speed. So that is very important to make children feel emotionally secure. For the parents, for the society, for the teachers, educators, it's very important that they don't compare two children in any regard for that matter. There should be healthy competition, but there should not be comparison. They should not be looking down upon one child. Every child has its own speed. So this is very important to make children feel emotionally secure, that we allow them to grow at their own speed. Next thing, the parents, the society, the educational institution, which I am referring again and again, can be critical of a child. Yes, they should be critical of a child if the child goes in a wrong direction. We need to have a positive reinforcement, we need to have a negative reinforcement. But having said that, when we are critical of a child, we do not judge the child. There is a difference between being critical of the child and being, judging the child, naming the child, shaming the child. This is completely, if we are doing the second part of it, that is naming, judging the child, we are making the child emotionally insecure, vulnerable. So yes, we of course are there to correct as an adults, but we are of course there to be critical of them. If they are doing something wrong, if they are doing something good, we appreciate them. If they are going somewhere wrong, we need to be critical of them. We need to say them what is right and what is wrong. But we do not judge the child, you are this kind of child or you are that kind of child. We correct that error, we correct that particular behavior, not blame or shame the child. That's very important when we think of making the children feel emotionally secure. We allow children to take decisions. We allow them to take responsibilities. We allow them to be creative. We allow them to explore. So I have taken four words. That is allowing them to take decisions, allowing them to take responsibilities, allowing them to explore new things, new ideas, and be creative. So if we want our children to feel emotionally secure, we need to allow them to take decisions about themselves. We need to allow, give them some responsibility about themselves, about their sibling, about if they are studying in a school, college, give them responsibilities. Giving them responsibilities is very, very important. It is very critical thing that we allow, we trust them. Allowing them to take decisions, allowing them to be responsible is trust is when we say that we children to be emotionally secure, we need to imbibe a lot of trust in them. So when we say we allow them to, we trust them, we allow them to take decisions, we allow them to take responsibilities, we allow them to explore new things, new ideas, new careers, and we allow them to choose to be creative. We're not stereotyping them. So this is how we make them emotionally secure. So what is the responsibility at the hindsight for the adults? A few tips I have, and I have experience being a educational leader. I feel the adults need to allow children who they are. So allowing them what they are, we don't portray ourselves into our children. That is very important. We have Indian philosopher, educator J. Krishnamurti. So what he says is very important and critical at this moment when I am speaking about the emotional security of the children. He stresses on allowing children to be what they are. Don't imbibe, don't thirst our own thoughts, don't thirst our own ideas, don't look to fulfill our desires, our uh, unfulfilled desires, unfulfilled careers through the children. That is going to be very, very harmful to them. So I believe and I recommend all the people who are the stakeholders when we are talking about emotional security of the children, allowing children who they are, what they want to become, allow them. Our job is like a shepherd, just to be with them, allow them to, they want what they want to do. So that's very important when we want our children to be emotionally secure. When children express their ideas, maybe just a small thing that they want, a family has a fridge to buy. So when they want to express their ideas, they have a color choice, they have a particular brand choice, they have the particular configurations in their mind. Allow them to speak, allow them to express their thoughts. If they have some thoughts about some other thing, maybe the thoughts are radical, no problem. But allow them, don't dismiss their emotions and thoughts, just saying that, shut up, you are small, you don't understand. When you will grow and then you will understand. If we do that, we make our children emotionally insecure. They feel insecure, they feel unrecognized, and this leads to vulnerability, and this vulnerability leads to a lot of other problems. So I feel we need to accept our children's emotions, their thoughts. We need to at least listen to them. We may not approve or validate all the thoughts, but we need to listen to them. We don't need to dismiss their thoughts and emotions. So whenever possible, when the children are expressing their emotions, allow them, validate those emotions, if they are positive emotions, if they are good emotions. And if somewhere you feel that somewhere the child is going somewhere else in the wrong direction, give a perspective, give a choice. Okay, beta, if you think this is the way, can we have two more other ways to do things? Or can you look at this person or this situation in two other ways, three other ways? You can give them options. Don't say this is a what you are thinking or what you are saying is wrong or completely wrong. You listen to them on you whenever you feel interfering or intervening. You can give choice, alternatives. Don't dismiss their perspective, their ideas, their thought process. That's very important. Most important thing is today we are living in a very competitive world. We want our children to be successful every stage, from the kindergarten to right from kindergarten to PG. We want our children in sports, in extracurricular activities, academics, everywhere. We want our children to be successful. Nothing wrong in that. But we need to make sure that our children also understand it's okay to fail. If it's okay to come third, it's okay to come fourth, right? That's very important, that our children learn that it's okay to fail sometimes. Yeah. So that's very important. You need to give assurance to your child that, better, my son, my daughter, my child, if you put in the best effort, don't worry about the result. Whatever is the result, we'll celebrate the result. That's very important. That kind of emotional security, if it comes from the family, it comes from the educators, it comes from the society, uh, that gives a lot of sense of stability to the child. That gives a lot of freedom. That brings a lot of emotional stability in the life of child, in the mind of the child. So, uh, to conclude, I would say that it's very important to allow our children to be what they are, and it's allowed. We allow children to express their emotions, their feelings, their thoughts, whatsoever thoughts they may be. When the children are growing in terms of their body organs are going in, they are in adolescence, puberty period. That time, so it's very important that the mother, the father gives them the assurance that they can listen to any stuff, however critical it is or embarrassing it is, or whatever kind of thing it is. It may be a taboo in a particular society, but still the mother, the father, the educator need to give assurance to the child that they will listen to them, the children. Otherwise, they go to their friends, who are also not having perfect information or a correct information, or they go to internet and they find out something else and they fall in trap. That's why it is very important and pertinent for the adults in the family, the society, the education institutions, that they give a very patience hearing to the child, and they give them assurance that they can speak anything to them. So to conclude, I feel it's very important for the society, for the family, for the education institutions, all the stakeholders who directly or indirectly responsible to nurture emotional security in the minds of the children need to take more care, allow children what they are, who they are. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your thoughts about gentle parenting. I hope it's very useful for the young parents who really need this.